We want to welcome you to Focus on Liberia to our broadcast here. Wherever you are, we want to say good afternoon, good evening. I don't know, some people are in the morning hour, but good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I am Anthony here, hosting here at Focus on Liberia. I am excited about this show. This is a special edition of the Hour of Politics with me, Anthony C., your host. Again, your network, a Focus on Liberia. We have a sister in the house, Julie K. Rambo, a staunch supporter of the proper agenda of the CDC and President Weah. And we are having an exclusive interview with this sister who is putting herself out there, trying to be an example to a lot of women, telling them that women too can be a voice and can be able to participate into the conversation about our country. Wherever she stands on the issue should not matter that much, but the fact that she is trying to be a voice to many women out there, thereby becoming more like a role model to other women who feel that, well, I'm supposed to talk, but she is talking, and maybe that will get other women talking. Because if we all talk about the issue that affects our country, I think we can do better with that. And so we reached out to Julie. She agreed, and Julie is here, and we're going to talk about politics. Many of us see Julie on Facebook, talking her thing, but we don't know much about her. So today we will get to know Julie a little more. Welcome, welcome, and welcome. Please hit the share button as I invite my guest, Julie K. Ramos. Julie, welcome to Focus on Liberia, my sister.
Thank you very much, Anthony C., for inviting me on Focus Liberia. And I want to say good evening, good afternoon, good morning to every one of you who is turning into the broadcast. And I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Judy. My name is Mommy Judy K. Rambo. The mommy name is for my mother. When I was born, she named me Mommy. Julie name I named myself after when I grew up. Secondly, I want to send my condolences to the family of Mona Pena Youngblood, and also to Weah the Seditians, because she is one of the stronger women that inspired me a whole lot. At the end of the days, I'm so sorry that we have to lose a 37 years old woman. It hurt, it brings me, it broke my heart. And I want to give encouragement to every woman that up there. Let us put our hair up. Let us not look at it to say that is the end. And I'm so sorry to the family. I send my condolences to you people again. And as I said to you, I introduced myself to you as Mommy Judy K. Ramo. I'm a woman, have 6 children, 3 passed away, 3 alive with 2 grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
My background is doing business. I own my own businesses before coming to Europe. And since I've been in Europe, I went to the language school to learn the languages, but it doesn't work for me. I'm still trying hard. And beside that, I am a person who believes in trade. So I learned a lot of things in trade. And these are things that I'm specialized in and giving back to our country, Liberia.
Wow, Julie K. Ramo there. Well, we want to say our sincere sympathy to you for the 3 beautiful children that left you. But thank God that you still have 3. I know those one, anytime you see them, they warm your heart. And we here at Focus on Liberia can be happy enough to have you sitting with us to talk about some politics about our country. So, Julie, we know you. You are a sedition, and also you support the president and your party. Uh, how you got attracted to the CDC? Is it somebody that talked to you, or yourself saw the party, or is it somebody you believe in a party for which you decided to join? How long you been there?
First of all, thanks again one more time. Being a sedation, it was nobody influenced me to join CDC.
Mm-hmm.
Before President Weah came into power, our person, I always used to have a dream that he being a president of Republic of Liberia. And I used to tell it to so many of my friends, but they didn't believe me until when the time uh, the former chancellor announced it.
Mm-hmm.
There was a day I went to my family place, and then when I came back, they all were telling me, Judy, oh, the dream you had, do you hear the word chancellor say, George, we are want to be president? Thereon, I always used to have the dream that he's going to be a president, so it was nothing strange to me when I see that they formed CDC.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first party in my entire life because I saw it through dreams. And I believe I was so excited to see this party coming up to where it is today. I'm still excited to be to see thousands of us and also sedition being a sedition, no matter the circumstances that we're going through. But it was true dream that I dreamed of President Weah being the president of Liberia.
So that is good. President Weah now is our president. That is an achievement for CDC as a party and those of you who have believed in him. And I know supporting President Weah then when he was in opposition, there was this hope and there was something you wanted to see. I want to know what was that hope? What are those things that you wanted to see? I'm talking about before he could become president. What are the things you wanted to see for this man, President Weah, to bring to our country? What kind of hope you have in him at that time?
My hope that I have, it was because when I saw President Weah as a young man up there playing a soccer, and when I had those dreams and basing back of seeing the body politics, how it was going on in our country, at that time I was little girl, our voice could never be here. We see the way our family member relatives were treated, including my very self. Mm-hmm. So I used to always see at the time, baby people would leave for abroad. They would come and trying to put us together to be able to go around to talk to people to join in. And when that time Helen Johnson said it, but my spirit never take her. Mm-hmm. So when I started how to dream, what in my hope that I want to see President Weah, I believe that he was one of the persons that would come and make the difference, that would give chances to many young men today, that will follow him to change the body politic and look into the Constitution, what is wrong, to bring reality. So, and basing upon all of those things, not him being only the person that I think would change everything, but with every people that I saw in my life and being young and fighting for the education, they achieved the education. And then President Weah came, doesn't matter his background. And my hope was, okay, this is it. This is the person that God has sent. The rest of the people that I see, they will be able to put their hands around him and be able to change all of the wrong things that are happening in our country. So my hope was with all Liberians.
All right. So, and luckily for you and many seditions and many Liberians who have believed in President Weah was elected. And it been a little over 2 years now, he been making the best effort he can to lead us. Yeah. How do you feel now?
To be honest with you, I feel proud being him being the president of Liberia, and I will 100% stand behind him. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I stand behind him is because the people went to the ballot box. Mm-hmm. They voted for him. They gave him a time. And the time they gave him, I feel every Liberian should respect that time and put hands behind him to put the pieces together by breaking truth to power. But on the other hand, that I think is wrong, but it doesn't mean because it's wrong, we should take it in a violent way to solve the problem, which I feel is wrong. Mm-hmm. So there are some places I'm not happy, but it's my duty to point at those things that I feel is wrong, that my voice and all of our voice should be here so it can bring some great changes into it. So he is doing his best, but it's not over. We all need to put our hands there to make it better for us.
Okay, so we have you here today. Are there other things or some things that have been on your heart because you've been trying to speak out? You've been trying to speak out. We know there's something that you have in your mind that you want to share about our country, how you want to see things going. Do you not mind to share some of those things? I know we all want a better Liberia, right? But maybe there is something, there's a way you want it that you want to share with us.
Yeah, the idea is that you are right. There are so many things on my mind that I hope and feel and believe that it can be changed. But it can never be changed when we all, like I said, don't come together and identify those issues to work it, to change it. It will never change. Mm-hmm. It will stay placed on my mind. It will always traumatize me because I'm talking, but nobody is working to change it, including myself. So, like I said, when it comes to abuse, it was not because of President Weah. I was a kid, I was a teenager, I went through abuse normal day. And not only me, I saw so many of my friends was victimized, which of course the environment that I grew up in those days is nothing that people, if even you go to your parents to begin to say it, they will shout at you. These are things that play on my mind that when I was a kid, I always stand and I want to give my voice which kind of role that I can play. That people who molest people, how can we do it for those people not to go freely, that they can face injustice and be punished? So these are one of the things in my mind. And then when I see that we that in the diaspora and people who have left for many, many years that got a lot of educations, not only going to school, be reading and writing, but you have the skill. So I look up to them, being the one knowing the background of our nation, calling to what to say in history. So if you look at the illiteracy rate, it's more higher than those that are educated. So the few that are educated, my problem that I fix all the days of my life, what are we doing as a people that are educated? What are we doing bringing and to be able to help our people by having some organizations to mentor people, to educate people, and demonstrate a lot of things that people can be able to work and protect themselves. So when I see this thing play and just blaming not only President Weah, but every government that have come there, this same thing been existing. I have witnessed where the hip body parts and things have been taken from people in the community that I live. I was one of the victims who just because we left our parents, they say vacancy, we had nowhere to run. Out of fear, we enter into the church of Center Street. In the community, people, carefree times, they tore up with fairness. I was abused and raped, and I lose a friend today can never be found by the name of Marjorie, this girl. And the only reason I was not part of that death, because when they came for us, they put us, they had something in their hand, whatever it is. I still remember they were wearing a black cloak or a glove. Their car was foot. So who they left on with people that well knew, they call him Junior. At the end of the day from Sonumwe, when day after God will help us, we fight, we run. At the end of the day, I find myself in the water of Sonumwe. I find myself in the hospital. I'm talking about normal days. I'm talking about normal days. These are things that play on me. Then a person who did that to me by the name of Junior, we went to the police. The police never did anything to him, and my life was threatened with every one of us. And he said, nothing can come from all of this. So when I see these things from way back still existing, and you are blaming one person who did not cause it, then what wrong with us that we cannot come together to be able to change these things? That is one of my problems.
Thank you, Julie. And I will want us to wait a little bit on the abuse that you experience. We are so sorry that this has happened to you. Uh, I have 8 sisters. I live with my mother. At some point, my father has traveled to Sino County, for to look for a school fee because in Sino at the time, my father is a fisherman, and so in Sino, whenever he went there to fishing, he could sell more fish, and then he would be able to pay our school fees. So I was left with my mom in Grand Crew, and I saw my mom struggle, and so I know what it means when woman is in pain. Even though my father was sending support, but the fact that he was away, I saw my mom struggling. But so we'll come to that later on. But you said that there are certain things uh, that are going on wrong, and there are certain things that are going on right. I know one of the things that are going on wrong is this rape thing because you just said here that you experienced it.
Yep.
So I know it's something you really want to see that it comes to an end. So
Yes.
anytime you hear about any of these rape cases, I know it can traumatize you, and you really want to see our leaders to look into it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it bothered me a lot. These are things that people who hold in positions, they need to be active into those things. I understand the procedure because there are sometimes people lie on people, it's not true. So you have to go through investigation to bring all of the facts. And what bothered me, committee takes the cause of these things because they will never help the people who in the positions to be able to get the facts to bring this thing to justice, or whoever that part of those things when they find guilty to go through the procedure. But at the end of the day, if these people who in positions like they are responsible, like general or wherever police, if we are the citizen don't help to get the truth so they can be able to work and get that person, because you need evidence, isn't it? If you don't have all the evidence, how will you prosecute a person? So we the citizen too, we need to play our parts to let this to end. Because you are in your office, Mr. Anthony, I can come and say everything to you. You will go to investigate, but you still need the facts. If you don't have the facts, I would be so angry with you saying that you are not doing your job. It's all because you do not have the facts. People you go to be able to inquire some information, they are giving you so many different stories. So it will make you to take your time. It doesn't matter how long it takes, but at the end of the day, when you get the truth, it's your right to bring that case up and make sure that all of the parties are involved. And wherever it is, if that person is guilty, they should be able to bear the punishment of whatever crime they cause. So these are something I would really want to see, not only in this government, but any government that come in power. The rape case, we need to fight for it to stop in our country. But we, the citizens, need to help so it can stop.
And Julie, you are right about the facts. When people don't have the facts or the truth, somebody who can say, "Oh yes, they actually happened," then it become hard to go after the wrongdoer. My question here is that reports continue to tell us that sometimes the mothers will try to hide the truth. I read an article about this mother. She ran with her daughter who was raped because, according to the article, the person who did it appealed to her and she didn't want anything. So, my question is, you think people need to be reporting these things? Because sometimes I say, oh, we'll talk a family way. Those are the kind of things that can stop the truth from coming out. Is that something you want to see people reporting the truth? The family
Yeah, and
talk.
one thing is I want to see because I travel around a little bit and I always adapt myself with every country I go to.
Mm-hmm.
I see the way the country's system work and I
Mm-hmm.
try to be part of it.
Right.
And I want to see it in my country. So if even if a law, and like I said, I come back, if we are the citizen help the people that we put in power,
Mm-hmm.
so this law can be able to self us to get justice.
Mm-hmm.
So I will come back again to the same word I said. Even if a family member, because she look at traditional and culture or shame,
Right.
and I will come back to my story of born a lot of children. It was never my will. It was because of a shame. Your parents had a story. Your parents don't want her friends and things. Are you pregnant? Sometimes they mislead the mother. It puts you in a bad position. You understand? So, like I said, if a government build a system and give the opportunity where you have a lot of classes like what we do in Europe,
Right.
people that have people to counsel you when the child in the school or whatever, you will see the school will start to detect the child behavior and attitude.
Right.
They will call another organizations to report, and that person will take 8 times to go around the family member to be able to brief the family member of the attitude of the child. And they will put security who will observe to know that that child be able to live with the truth and be free within itself. So these are things I will want to see in my country, that if the system is put in place with all of what I just said, any family member try to abuse the child because they feel shame, they should be able to be able to feel the full weight too. I will want to see that.
Okay.
But it takes every one of us.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, in Facebook land, you are watching Focus on Liberia. We are having an exclusive interview with Julie K. Rambo. She is a supporter of the president. She is a member of CDC and she supports the Propo agenda. She is also on Facebook, and she does have a regular Facebook podcast where she expresses herself on things that are happening in our country. Judy, stay talking about some things that are wrong that you talk about. Beside this rape thing, are there other things in our country? I know earlier you were talking about the educated people, how you will want to see more from them. What are some of those
Yeah, when
things
it
that you
comes to
really
the
want to see from them that they're not
side,
doing?
I believe that history did not do Liberia justice.
Okay.
I don't want to know miracle Liberia or what kind of Liberian, but I believe that we have a 15 counties, and the 15 counties were disconnected. The only place we know is Morovia, that have a payroll, have a beautiful house. But within those houses, those buildings, you still have a lot of rotting homes, zinc homes around those places
Right.
because of the mindset, no introduction, no learning, giving somebody the opportunity to be able to work and getting the fair share to avoid corruption. So what that person can be able to learn to know, say, I work for this money, and I was introduced that I can build a black to live in a concrete house. But I see that where there are so many people living in Liberia, nobody can educate them to tell them, say, your living style, you can work, you can end, and you're able to change from this level to this other level. Because government did not put that structure where government build homes and things as the way we have it here, or government go to a place where you own your land, but because you do not have the money to build your land, government negotiate with you, do not take the place from you, but then build a structure for citizens to live in a very good atmosphere and in good building. So I would like to see the government, not this government alone, or any government, but people that owns the land, they are not willing to build. Government can partner with them, build a good structure that every citizen. That's how I live in Europe. They can be able to afford to live in a decent place, and some of them living in rotting zinc houses that cost most of the time. They can never get well because you live in a place like me. I sleep on the floor till my 15 years. I born my child. I was still sleeping on the floor, and so imagine you are living in a place where you born your children. You still laying out on the ground. In the morning, you wake up, you see the food, what are the cockroach go on it, and think you take the food, you eat the food, you go look through, you get typhoid. You go to the hospital, doctor say you have typhoid. With all of the drips they will prescribe, they will give you, for one day you look better, the next day you still getting ill. And two, you don't have the money to be able to continue the treatment. So these are places I would want to see this government and any other government will come in power. People who owns lands and things to partner with them to build decent building that the citizen can be able to rent, but not to take the property for them like you leasing or play for 30 years. They're not supposed to do that. But give opportunity of fair share that land is sitting in there to not able to build it, but you able to build it. So government win, that person win too, instead of you leasing.
Judy, you've been around a little bit, just like myself too. By the grace of God, we were alive during Ellen administration. At some point, most Liberians felt that Ellen was not doing good enough because of the support she had received. But one group of people that were clear that Ellen was not doing good, that she even needed to calm down, was sedition. Seditions were the people that say, hey, oh man, you need to step aside. Earlier we played the song Monkey Kanda, and that was your song. That's the song that you were dancing. And during that time, a couple of red were $10. At some time, it went to $25. Today, a couple of red is about $50 to $40. Looking at that, and then your president, our president, George Weah, becoming president today, we see that everything gone up. Are you satisfied or are you a little bit disappointed?
The fact is that I'm not satisfied, but the fact is, the truth is, the truth have to be told. When you come in the positions where if a past government has structured a place where benefit is people, if you come there, I don't think it would be hard. One thing I understand that we Liberians do not understand, we have United Nations in our country. These are people came, they have the salary going abroad, they but down, they were earning. And most people were able to get a job.
Right.
But immediately these people leave, they also bring a problem to your economy because they help to build your economy at that moment. So the populations of you at that time with them coming, it went up. So definite money was flowing. But what we do when that money was flowing, and we were smart enough thinking that one day these people will go, our economy will drop down, and who was putting things in place to make sure that the factories, companies, and things open that will provide job. And we was thinking on that, no. And that's where I have the problem with Helen Johnson Sirleaf. I'm not talking about the history of the people who have consignment or agreement because I understand I'm not fool for somebody to tell me, say, if you come and negotiate to sell rice, it means to say when Helen move from that, then the next man that come, it means to say you cannot sell rice. No, because agreement is there. So if that man was selling rice, for example, you cannot just come and change that plate. You have to still continue with the agreement. And if things is not okay, you have to be able to reconcile in a way that the citizen will benefit and the government will benefit. And you are the business person who doing the business also need to benefit. So that is where I find the problem with Helen just want to make the plan, but she didn't do most of those things to be interactive, where people will have job. So this president comes, you can see with the shorter time, if you compare 12 years, the opportunity that was given to Helen, if all of those things that I just need, knowing that we came from war, you have all of more Liberians are educated, brings them back, call them back. It makes them to open institute. You have counseling, you have workshop, you have this, you have all those kind of things to impact the life of Liberian while you are mentoring them, telling them to be self-independent. Imagine her growing up will not be as the way people are feeding the page. She will go up, but then people will be self-reliant. They will know how to know because they know, say, these people are growing, it's about our economy. So once they go, the money has to go down, but we are managing till we grow it up again. So that's why I have the problem with Helen. So President Weah have to struggle, and with the little taxpayer money he earned it, if you can see it, he's doing extremely well. Roads and things what we're not connecting, he connecting it to give easy access. The man who had his little shop over there, it was money place. People never used to go there. But because there is a road, you can see that shop and you can be able to go and buy from that shop. You understand? So what I'm trying to say, I'm not saying that she did not do well, but the fact is she did not do what George Weah is doing now for the past 12 years.
Wow, she didn't do what George Weah is doing now for the past 12 years.
Yes.
One more question on rice. And the reason I want to ask the question is, today you know that our food there, rice. The Liberian man can eat plenty other things, or the Liberian woman can do that too. But if they don't eat that rice, they're like, oh, I didn't eat anything today. And our president coming from a poor background, like you and myself, if the people can have that rights. So President Weah came to power, they try to make effort on something called purple rice. We can't see that purple rice again. What stopped it? Are you disappointed because that was a good effort, right? That this rice will be subsidized maybe by the government so that the poor people can afford it. Some time ago, President Weah, when he was in opposition, there's a video going around. He was talking about, when there's a budget shortfall, you reduce the price of the rice so that the people who are not working will afford it. You think President Weah is doing that? I would say no, because if you're doing that, the people will not be buying cup of rice $50. What do you think?
Yeah, then it go back with the rice importer comparing negotiations they has, like I said. If you are there, you go, you make a deal with the government allowed you to be the one to sell rice. And then you pay huge taxes to the government. You don't expect the government to just bring everybody in bringing rice and sell it any kind of price.
Right.
And definitely you are the one who take negotiation. It's going to be a problem. And those people who just cutting short, anytime they will go away, but you have a permanent contract that government get huge revenue for you to be able to pay his own or 7 sevens. So their purple rice, Do President Weah told you the rest were going to come for the longer time? It was just for the short term because you just came into a power. You came into power. You brought up with a lot of problem. So you found a short solution. What can I do at this moment where the people can be calmed down and be able to afford? Then later on, you start to move and move and move to see where you can put things in place with the rest dealer and thing. Which, of course, when President Weah went back to revisit the agreement, he talked with them. They gave promises, but at the end of the day, what they did, they only do it for a few days. When you go low, they changed and they went back. But if you look at it, you will say, oh, why I say he did not force it? But I would say, no, depend on the agreement before President Weah came in power. So if that gives the right to President Weah to force that power at that moment, I'm sure he was going to force the power to say this is the price. But basing upon the past agreement, then he has no alternative. He has to bow exactly what they put on paper before. So I was not disappointed with him because he did not promise any one of us that the rest was going to be a longer term. It was just a short solution till we can find how we can build ourselves up.
Well, I don't know about that, whether the proposed rise was something just for short time.
Yeah, because he did. I say it that way in my own way. I see it because I never heard say, "Oh, President Weah," because you have importer. I saw the argument with the importer, all of those people who are responsible for the rice, and then the rice came calling the person, "Oh, that free rice China gave, Japan gave." So the reason why I say it was not a long solution, it was not something that should stay forever, is because maybe at that time the way the people was angry and whatever. That's why it came in a short time that can be able to help. But it means to say it's going to stay for the longer time. That's how I see it. So I'm not saying he said it, but I'm just looking at it in that way.
All right. Thank you. Judy, one of the things the CDC, your party, complained about, and I agree with the CDC at the time when they complained about, was corruption in the Ellen government. And you know, corruption being our number one problem from day one. So the CDC, your party was so loud that this corruption here is too much, it's too much. So President Weah came to power, and it was like people have to run behind him to even declare an asset. Then when he declared an asset, he said, no, you can't see it until you go to the court. But in 2005, when he declared it, we didn't go to the court. Then in 2011, President Weah declared asset. He showed it to us. He didn't have it. 2005, he didn't have it. 2011, he didn't have it. Now, 2017, 18, he became president. Up to now, our Brabi stay hauling it. So, you think he doing the right thing by hauling it?
I would say to you, he is right. The reason why I say he's right, he is not hardly anything because you have a law on the book that who said declare your assent is an institute, isn't it? And I think the institute is responsible. If you pass a law that you said before you take these positions, you need to what? Declare your asset. If that institute knows that that person do not declare the asset, I hold the institute responsible. So if the institute has to come out to tell us that this man refused to declare his asset, but no institute is talking to tell us that President Weah never declared his asset. When you hear the interview with President Weah, when they asked him, he said, go to the people who are responsible. My asset is there, although there are some private, privacy about family. So if you want to know, go to that institute. So what we Liberians should do is our responsibility with the legislator or whoever to be able to pressurize that identical institute to be able to publish his assets. So how you expect me to hold him when somebody is responsible? You are responsible for focal Liberia. You have a rule. I came with you, you agree. Then later on, how will I just jump out and say, oh, this person, Anthony C, and I'm responsible? I hold you responsible, Anthony C.
Judy, when the BBC interviewed our president, they asked him the same question, and you were right. He said, one of the things he said, oh, I have my children to protect.
Yeah, he said privacy, but go to the institute.
He said, I have my children to protect. And so, and I'm trying to push that thing too much. And the reason you're asking the question is, right, Judy, President Weah should not have anything to hide. I knew he was not hiding anything 2005, when he declared his asset, he said, yeah, yeah. 2011, when he declared his asset, he said, yeah, yeah. He didn't tell all that time, oh, I have my family, because that time he was having family. 2011, he was still having a family. But now he become president, he said, no. And the thing is, people are saying, okay, the president will not show us how much money he had, so that anything he doing, we will not know where he taking the money from. So it creates this suspicion. So as a supporter of the president, why you can, you think it will not be a good thing if the president put it out there for people to see, saying he doesn't have anything to hide?
Um, like I come back again, I say you have to hold the institute responsible. Who pass a law that everybody, before you go into election, you have to declare your asset. And according to the institute, they have the law what you can do and what you can do. So if Mr. Weah, before he did that, probably because he looked at the first part where say, okay, let me publish my assets. Maybe that's why he chose him to do it. Maybe he looked at the second part where say you are not forced, you can do certain things to protect you and your family. And knowing that if he follow those procedure, I think the institute again is the one that responsible, who's supposed to come out to say, no, this man never declared the asset. And beside that, we Liberians, we have to desist ourselves for pushing people to do what they want at that moment. Being a president doesn't make you to feel that he do not have his rights. When you put it in the power, you have the Constitution who gave him the right to give the part of place that he has the right to protect himself, and he has the right to protect the nation. So what will you do? Go back to these people that are responsible. These are the people we're supposed to be holy, who are there for certain things. How can I just leave the institute and run to President Weah when I know the institute is responsible?
Thank you. And Julie, in your opinion, President Weah been in power now 3 years, I want to believe now. You think the way he moving, he doing better than Ellen? I know Ellen had 12 years, he not reached 12 years yet, but if you look at how Ellen started and the way things were going, and the way President Weah is
yes,
doing with
I would say he's doing better than Helen. The only reason why I say he's doing better than Helen is because he did not get the opportunity that Helen Johnson Sirleaf had. So when I just look at how he struggled using his popularity, and all of the ministers and things are people that are some have international connections, that are many of them to give the way for them to be able to do the job. He has to travel. I think when you see he came into power, and I speak true to it. Some people will say, why will he? But I feel he do it to be able to give those people who he appoints the opportunity to travel with them so they can make connections where they can able to sell the idea with some investor to bring back into the country and to be able to do something. So President Weah never has the opportunity that Helen Johnson Sirleaf had. If he could have that opportunity, I sure he was going to do even what he is doing. He was going to do more than what he's even doing right now. So I think he's trying his possible best, and he's putting things from this place to this place to this place. You cannot do everything one time because the citizen wants you to do this so you can do it. Because if you have to do it at the end of the day, when you collapse, they will say, well, he is the leader. Why is it he never thinks and to make and think and make a sound decision according to what he said? Because he told you, said, to not judge me with my speech, but make sure judge me during the times that you give me opportunity and see the work I will do for you. And if I don't do those things, then hold me responsible. So for me, I will hold George Weah after 6 years, according to what he said, he will make a sound decision. So it's my responsibility when he doing wrong. It's my duty to point at the wrong for my voice to be here, that the people that he appointed are in that positions, that he can call them to say, hey, check, the thing is not going right. And not to say, oh, because they are not doing right, so let me go and create people, bring people on the street and things to protest. It's your right to protest. I'm not saying protest is not allowed. But before I protest, I should be able to go to those people, sit on the table with them and tell them this is wrong. And that's what we need. And if they refuse, then you have given me the opportunity to protest. But not every something, so you do this, you do that, you call protest. Then tell me, where are we going?
So
So I don't think he proceeded in a bad way, but he just went things one at a time.
now that you brought about protest and you said at least you got to sit with the people on the table to discuss what you want to see happen. The CDC do that. The CDC have meeting with the government at the time they were in opposition before going protest. Do you know that?
I don't know whether they have meeting before going protest, but I think when my president, when he was in the oppositions, because he was not the kind of president who refused. When the president Helen Johnson Sirleaf gave him the job, he never refused. He worked. Why do you think he chose it? Because he knows that it's the only way to solve the problem. You have to work and to understand what is the problem and how can you fix it. But if he were going to refuse and just stay there and be protesting, I'm going to criticize him. But he worked. He worked when he was up opposition with the president outgoing the past government. He did his best. To this time that people say, oh, when he was in the Senate, he was bobo. He was not bobo. It's because it's a system where you don't know and you're sitting in it, you have to absorb. And certain time, even if your voice have to speak larger, you have to be quiet to know how you can love it among your people that will understand whatever good decisions you try to bring that will favor the people, not just running every time protest. If oppositions, you saw the opportunity my president gave to them. They say it's not the president, so don't blame me when I use the word my president, because they refused him to be the president. So it's my president. When they were pointing out, talking to him, the president called them, said, bring your ideas on board. What happened? When they called the meeting, you heard Dara Dillon John for that. He said, I never go to the meeting to the hotel, how they waste money. You heard Benin Ayure, he came out, he said, oh, the president said we all are interrelated. Is that a way for somebody to do, especially an older man, that people look at you as public figure? Don't you think it's the best time and place for you to bring all your ideas to change what is wrong? Or you come out to mislead us by telling us, oh, the man said, did you heard it from other president Weah saying that? But who were we here and say it and people believe it from Benin Ayure? Do you think it's fair enough? Do you think it's fair enough, Mr. Anthony?
All right, Julie. I don't know about that one, but I will leave it there. Again, folks in cyberspace, you are watching Focus on Liberia is the Hour of Politics Special, and we are sitting down with Sister Julie K. Rambo, a sedition, a strong supporter of President Weah. Later on, we will be opening our phone lines so that if you have questions for Julie, you can ask, or if you have a comment, you will also be given the opportunity to do so. Julie, so do you talk to your family in Liberia on a regular basis, or and friends in Liberia?
Our jet, Mr. Anthony's here. Like I said to people, when I come on Facebook, I don't talk because I'm out of the country. The same way you talk to me on video, I think most of the people, if you follow my video, when they talk about rest press, I told them say it was live. Rest was $13.50. Any place that you see they sell rest, all your duty is call the common ministry, the agent, and just make sure you get a receipt. You understand? Get a receipt and stay right to that store. They will come and arrest that person for selling that rest to you for that price. My country, I go in my country up and down. I call on video because I want to know the facts. If you said this person is hurt, I will buy my credit. I will say, go to that place. Let me hear it from other the person more. Why? Because we need evidence. Because I don't want to do things to feel that life should be in my favor. It should not be in the next person who is victim. It's my responsibility if something is wrong. Despite my president, I will be fair enough to tell my president this is wrong. And that's what I said from the beginning. If we Liberian can practice how to support our government, I'm not saying don't criticize, but criticize. And if you criticize, they give you opportunity, it's better to come out and work with it like how Democrat Republican do in America, because they put the nation first. Afterwards, when they know that the thing you are not good in, time for election, they use all of the ones that you did not do well. They will be able to sell that ideas to the citizen that will make the citizen will go to the poll to give you opportunity to vote for you. But if you refuse, you just sit down, you take money, you make the people lazy in the country. You look at people and things and you carry video. Sometimes you even create the problem that Yasiri Martin, she did it right on Seku Show, that her own mouth open and said, oh, I didn't know this girl, she called me, she said that what was happening, but that I was so pregnant. Why would you create those kind of lies? Why would you make somebody to go and do something you yourself did not investigate, to even call the people to ask? You got a government. If they say your life is threatened, why would you not use the police to put the police in charge of that person? Look at Justina Taylor, for example. How can you say that somebody is wanted, the one calling to Henry Petro Costa? You saw the video where Henry Petro Costa, he said he did not make people to recognize him at that moment because it was through a voice people get to know it was him. According to the story,
it seems to be you like Pedro, right?
Tell me.
It seems to be you like Henry Pedro Costa.
To be honest to you, I like him very much as a human being, as a brother, as a little brother to me. I don't hate anybody. And to Henry Petro Costa, I had many times dreams for him. And for me to see a good person, what I know and God has shown me, to destroy himself, it hurts me. You understand? If I tell you I hate him, I'm a liar. I don't hate him. I like him. You understand?
Think he's destroying himself?
Yes, he do.
How?
He destroyed himself because he found the kind of way of lifestyle, and he think in his mind, yes, this is the way, and it become part of him. So he always try to blackmail you and for you, and now it's not working for him. Because when you not blackmail people, at times the people seem to start getting to their senses. And at the end of the day, when it's not working for you, it makes you to be a monster or vampire. And what happened to Henry Costa at this moment? So he creates him private. He needs attention. If Henry Costa was a smart person, he could have used the wisdom God gave him when the president called him. It means to say, go and kiss his shoes. But if you know you are one of the greater person to change the way things are going, you work, you meet your leaders. If you have that powerful voice, I'm telling you, there is no way that President Weah, I will see something go wrong and I meet him with table. I swear to my life, I will look in your face and I will say, this is wrong. It doesn't mean that he do wrong. I should back him.
All right, Judy, hold on. I will give you the opportunity sometime in the show to look in the face of your president and tell him at least one thing that you know he's doing wrong. We'll come to that. Let it fail for now. But stay on the Pedro thing. Pedro, when President Weah won, he went to Liberia. I think he was in Liberia when the election was held or something, but I know he went to Liberia sometime. He met President Weah. He even supported the government for the first 10 months. What stopped President Weah from appointing him? I'm asking this question because you said that, he could help and, or the president could appoint him for him to help. You said people should be able to work together because you think he's a good man. He got wisdom. So I would think that, I would think that he wanted to help. That's why he met President Weah. That's why he supported the government for 10 months. And yet President Weah did not appoint him. You think you can blame President Weah or Costa now?
No, Mr. Anthony C. Sorry. Look at yourself as a Breton and father and gentleman. You believe in what you believe. You believe in your goals and dreams.
Right.
I don't think that you say, oh, because of this person, I cannot do the things that I feel is right. Okay. Right?
Right.
So if Petro Costa knows he have a bigger dream to what he want to see Liberia, put President Weah outside. You understand?
Right.
He will do the right thing, supporting, not even supporting from where he are, he work. At the end of the day, sit on the table and discuss, this is wrong, I cannot do this. And see what if that person will not listen and give ears to you. Because why? That person know within the mind today, it was Helen Johnson said it yesterday. Helen Johnson said it will go and you come, right? Tomorrow you will go too. But when you go, all of those things are damaged. The person that going to come and pick it up, they're going to give them hard time. They have to start from square one. And in starting from square one, what's going to happen? It's going to be the same way as we dream, we blaming the government. So when that person is trying to fix things, you will say, no, John, we are time, it was not like that, it was like this. It's because you refuse to fix those little things, and all you just want to see yourself, just make noise, get money, blackmail people. That's what Costa been doing to himself. So it was not about Joshua, it was about himself.
Julie, are you accusing Costa of being a blackmailer?
Yes, he is, because we got video. I got video with Harry Grief where he talked about 50,000, and I get a video again where when he called what it means about money business, what they were talking, he said, "My man, that we can do the one." Yes, there is video for it. I didn't make the story. The video is there. I think you get a video too.
All right. Hosting cyberspace, you are watching Focus on Liberia. We are having an exclusive with Judy K. Rambo. Judy is a strong supporter of President Weah, the CDC, and the Propo agenda. Judy believes that the president is doing well. Julie, earlier I asked you whether you talk to people on the ground, and you are a smart
I
woman.
did tell you, yes.
Hold on, Judy.
I tell you, I talked to people. I was there. Listen, I was there. I went to Liberia February 13.
Right.
I came back the 10th of February, March. So just calculate the 3 months, right?
Right.
And I call on the ground. I do video call because I like to see what is happening. Even when they were talking about the rice business, I call places I know that sell rice, and I want to ask the man how much for the rice. So I do talk to people, and I always do video call because I want the truth. So if you say the man slap me, I say go there. Me, I want to see you ask my own question. That's how I do.
Yeah, so I mean, I want to come to that because we all, or most of us, have family in Liberia, and we talk to them. I have my family, I'm trying to do my best. But when you call, and I know people, your own family tell you the same thing. Julie, it's not easy. Anthony, it's not easy. Things are just hard. I can't find a job. The price of things going up. This is the constant music that rings in our ear when we call. Are you saying to me, Julie, that when you call, people are telling you things are okay? Or are they telling you things are getting bad or things are bad? What they really tell you?
No, it's not what I'm saying. If I ever tell you that things is okay, it's lie. Nothing, it's not every time. Everything is not okay. It was that before even Helen Johnson said he come to power. It was there before George Weah ever came to power. It was always high. The reason why that you find people say, "Oh, it was okay," because you have UN in your country. So many of men and women who go on the hustle, who take family responsibility, like once upon a time I did because I was young. So at the end of the day, when things change, when they no longer, it become hard because why? You are the one put yourself in the position you have to do for all that family. Even if they're able-bodied person, if you even give them something to do, they will lavish it. They will come back to you, and then you start going with a Jesus Christ heart. You understand? And then every time they tell you it's hard. I'm not saying that everything is okay in Liberia. Liberia, there are a lot of difficulty in Liberia. If I tell you, say it's not hard, it's lie. It is hard. And the reason why it's hard because there is no many jobs. And even if you want to have the job, there is no roads. If you do not have a road, how will you build a factory? Even the hospital we are talking about. The only place you can say right now is because of Morovia, it has roads, so their hospitals they have to be what how you call it, sophisticated to have. But is that okay for the rural people? No, the rural people need a decent hospital, sophisticated hospital. But how will you get to hospital when you do not have a road? And even the person that in the village, if they're ill, how you think they're going to take that person to work for 2 hours, 3 hours to bring them to that hospital? There is no road. There is no ambulance. How you think it's going to work? So my problem here is I'm saying that not everything is okay in Liberia, but we Liberians, since we have already seen these things and we know that this is our problem, we are not saying this government is 100% perfect. But let us work together to solve this problem as a Liberian in the diaspora. Let us be able to fight and put things and start making our people all a bacon. Let me tell you something, Mr. Anthony.
Yeah.
My daughter was ill. She was in the first hospital. She was in JFK. I can show you video. I talked to the nurse. Right. That's how I got to know Israel Bossy. I called on video. That woman looked in my face. She was lying. So even just meet the medical doctor and the mother. Can I know what happened to my daughter? She said, no, it's not allowed. Why? But you want me to pay? Okay, she was there. What treatment were you giving her? When I asked for the treatments and things that I was giving to her, she ended up telling me, "Oh, the treatment, this, the treatment, that all was lie. The only thing they were giving her, drip, 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 drip." I told my sister, I said, "Do they run tests on her?" I call for tests. I said, "Before you be giving her drip, do you run tests to know what is happening to her?" They said, "Oh, she get typhoid, we do typhoid test." I said, "No, you have to do every test on her so we can know what is the problem." Okay, they went to wherever place. They said, "I have to pay $180 to go do echo and do tests." I did all of those things. Do you know that just in Monrovia, our people make our people beg also because the way they get the money. So always they will come on and say, hey, how, now what happening in Liberia? My sister said that at the end of the day, when I sent them to those places, they were only listening to they never follow instruction. Thank God who have made the party same for me. When I went to Liberia, I took her to hospital. She was in a hospital when I went there. I free her. I carry her to another hospital. They did all her tests. I stand there. All the things they told them. When I said, "Oh no, that person say, oh, that's the reason why we go there." So you see how they mislead you? That's the problem with Liberians. Eh? It's our problem. They never want to follow instruction. They listen to they say. Instead of them doing something to make sure this is the problem, when you tell them, "Oh no, the other person say," "Oh, I am not telling you say everything in Liberia is okay." I will be lying to you. Everything is not okay. But it been there ever since when I knew myself. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
All right. Let me see. If we folks in cyberspace at this time, we will ask you to place your phone call. The number is right there on the screen.
I can't see you, Mr. Anthony Steele.
You can see me?
No, I just see myself double.
Oh, wow. I'm right here. I see you, Julie.
But why you on the cyberspace?
Oh, well, I can see you. Everybody seeing me. They're seeing you. You and myself sitting beside each other.
That's only I alone. I'm seeing myself.
Oh, okay, okay. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I can see you. All right. So let's continue. Hey, folks. You can call now and ask Judy a question, or if you want to respond to any of the things that Judy has said, you will be given the opportunity to
And
do
please
so.
tell your caller that I'm calling them will be respectful, because
Oh,
if
yes, they
anybody
will be
take respect, I
respectful.
will put it in a
They
place.
will be respectful. Our callers are always respectful, but if they don't, then we have something to do about that. The phone number is 605-313-6004, and the code is 791-403. All right, you can call that number and you'll be given the opportunity to speak. All right, so, but before the callers can call in, Julie, let me read some comment and give you a little break right there. Okay, this gentleman, Josiah Joker, writes, "Ha ha ha, we are nomics. Watch the video and almost fainted." That's when I was mentioning, President, we are talking about, you know, when the rice is expensive, you bring the price down. When there was the budget shortfall, and then everybody will make ends meet. Uh, Mary Ann Samuels, right? FOS, please put the number up as soon as possible. But where were you looking? The number been up there for that long. All right, Kofa Daba, Judy Rambo is a very strong sedition. She's full of fire. Bravo, bravo, she writes. All right, let me see this one from Mary Ann again. Okay, enter Julie Rambo. Your sedition said Liberia sweet. Move there now. So Maryland say you think Liberia sweet, move there. Why are you hiding in Europe, Judy? You can't go there now. All is well. James Davis writes, "I blame Germany for hosting you and family. That the reason you acting and making noise." Judy, people say that the place is hot and you're sitting in the comfort of Europe, enjoying cold water, and you say Liberia is sweet. When you see people in Pempen, they're walking by line from Red Lab Market, women got children on your back, and you hear you say all is well. Judy, they are thinking you might not be telling the truth, maybe. Or Stephen Watson, right? What is stopping President George Weah from getting what Ma Ellen was getting from the international partner? This president has all the international contact. So Julie, this person is saying, what's stopping President Weah from getting all the money Ellen was getting when he had the international contact? Jim David writes, what happened at the airport when Honorable Toba what happened at the airport when Honorable Toba stopping him from traveling to America? Okay, I read an article or something like Alari Toba was trying to come back to the US and he was stopped because I talked to his wife actually, and what I gathered is that he was coming back to the U.S., but before he could come, he did a test for the coronavirus, and they said he was clear. But then when he got at the airport, they ran behind him and said, "No, the test result is not actually your result. There's an error." So because of that, he could not come. Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I know. Jim Carrey said this Lily is a typical Weah Barron and a sedition who sees no wrong in President Weah. Or Judy has a challenge here. She will tell me one thing that President Weah is doing wrong. If she can say, then President Weah is more than Jesus Christ. Our man Wheeler Bolo writes, haha, you guys are desecrating this platform by bringing this sedition. Oh, he used a word that I will not call my sister. What this aqua? Oh no, you can't call our sister like that. We got to be respectful. I mean, you disagree, that's your right, but using the kind of words, we don't allow those things here. Focus on Liberia. Here, we are a neutral platform. We talk to everybody. Steve Bowley writes, yes, the doctor was right for not telling you anything because it is called patient confidentiality and privacy. So Steve Bowley, the man, he know a little bit. He said that, I mean, they're not right to tell you. Maybe the patient did not give the authorization. It called confidentiality and privacy. So they couldn't just tell you anything about that patient. All right, let me read the other one from James. James writes, so madam, do you now agree that based on your connection with President, things are much easier for you and your people in Liberia? Julie, you think your family enjoying that compared to early time? I think you're sending more money than you used to send, right? I don't know. I'm just asking. All right, let me see if we have some phone calls, Julie. Let me see.
Can I answer those caller them
Yes,
first
you
before
are
you
right.
open the line?
Respond to those callers, and then we'll bring in our caller who is waiting. Caller, wait, we'll be right back with you. Julie, go ahead.
First of all, I want to respond to the one who said that Mr. Anthony, when he went to the airport, now I understand if they say the government do something wrong or try to put him in jail for his right or something, they will say, oh, why the government? You can be sick, you cannot be sick, you can go and do your test, you can be free. The next day you can get sick. Sickness don't come and tell you, say, today I'm coming to you. And even at that, probably the person that they test, like we all talk about corruption. Corrupt is not from the government, it's corrupt for you and I who go to a place you want a quick solution. So because the man know you or you know the man, you give the man money because you need that things to be done. So I'm not saying in his case is what happened. But what I think we Liberians should look at, let us wait to see what really happened, how he resolved, why it cost, what was the cost, this one happened, this one happened. At the end of the day, if the government knows that his health is okay, he will leave and come to America. We should not make problem with it. And secondly, to you who say, oh, Judy, everything is okay, why you here? First of all, let me tell you, I've been a traveler before even President Weah came into power. I'm a person who takes responsibility from the time I was 13 years old selling onion for my parents. Like I always say on my platform. I lived in Holland here. I was spending more money even before George Weah came into power to help my family. And not because, but because I realized that this government came and the past government already go, and we as Liberians, the thing that used to make the other people to say they enjoy. It went short by the other, and how you can say you and leave. So definitely our economy, it will not be as the way it is, it will be hard. So it's my responsibility that every penny I have, I should send it to be able to help my people. It doesn't mean to say, oh, I like it, but what can I do? I have to help to make the economy to stand to the best place, not just only the president, because if we don't put our money there, if we go to country buying and houses and things, bringing our family, you are going to spend 20 times more what you're supposed to spend in your country to give your family a better life. And how do you want a better life? You have to invest. You have to make sure you educate them to be able to do something. Not all the time you have to be doing it for them. They have to learn how to do any good things that bring money. But if you allow them in my family to do it to me, they have done it to me. I stopped giving money to some of them for business because they take it to be their habit. That is corrupt. So I will not sit there to tell you, say everything in Liberia is how you call it, say, is sweet. I said it been happening before even Helen Johnson said it. It been happening before even George Weah King. Poverty been in Liberia. If you understand from the beginning when I was talking, it's not this government bring poverty. Poverty been there before Helen Johnson said it. Poverty been there before George Weah. But what can we do to solve those problems? That is my question to you as Liberians.
All right,
we need to come together.
I want to respond to
like the other caller who said what he said to me.
Let me read
I don't care for the insult because you already put them in the place. Yeah. But I'm not telling you, say President Weah is doing everything. And the other caller said, why is it the connections that President Helen Johnson said he have? Why is it he cannot go and get a SIM connection? Yes, and that's why you see now you went around. You said, oh, the president. He said, oh, he this, he that. But look at nobody bringing money in the country. No donor bringing money because he knows that he have to work hard to sell his ideas to the international that will buy his ideas and that will make them to be convinced to put money in the country. And that's why you see, because of the good job he is doing, that why make money coming in the country. But before you see success, we have to work hard. So this time, it's time for us to fasten our seat back. Because Helen Johnson said he told you. You never ask Helen Johnson said it. What do you mean? You said when the government leave, the government that will come in power, they will suffer. You ever ask Helen Johnson said it for her to do clarity? Why we will suffer? You never ask her. Or you just want to hear it, oh, we will suffer. Then when the president comes at the end of the day, you want to put responsibility on it. It cannot work that way. We need to work together. And that's why he is doing a good job selling his ideas. The letter he's doing on the ground and making the international community to be able to say, yes, he's doing well. And that's why they are sending money. And it will not happen as the way you want. We all need to bear patience. It will happen when we support. That's all I get to say. Go ahead, Mr. Anthony. See you. Hello? Hello, Mr. Anthony, are you there?
All right, Judy, I am here. Let's take this caller quickly. Caller, your name is Dennis Koti. Koti, quickly to the issue.
Correct.
Where are you joining us from?
Okay, thank you. So, I am calling from North Dakota. Mm-hmm. My name is Dennis Koti, as you correctly call it. Mm-hmm. I will also want to thank you, focus on Africa staff focus on Liberia staff for making it possible for such a medium most of the time for us to have this kind of dialogue. Mm-hmm. As well, I would like to welcome and thank our guests for trying to make things explicit to some of us who don't really know what is happening. Maybe we don't know because we are now on the ground, as well as ourselves. But my question and my concern, and that will come with the question, is that President Weah coming into power, I think he came as an agent of change. We all know that things have been going wrong all of the time. Past government, they have done a lot of things. In fact, this is what led us to the destruction that went on in the country today. Now we have been looking for change agents. And we saw that in George Weah, and we elected him to be a change agent. Most of the time when I talk to the sedition and the strong supporters, they almost always point at the wrongdoing of the past government. And this doesn't really go down well with, because this you're making there to take the wrong that we have done in the past to make it right. Uh, Madam Call, I'm so sorry, I forgot your name. What's your
Julie
name
Ramo.
again?
Julie K. Ramo.
Julie. Okay, yes. This Madam Ramo. My question here is, okay, I want you to name at least 3 best things that George Weah had done since he entered power, as compared to some worst things that he has done since he came to power. Be honest enough. Name at least 3 bad things that he has done and 3 good things or 3 best things that he has done for the Liberian people. And after doing that, this is what I want you to do. The wrong ones that you think that is the worst thing that he has been doing, what have you done to help solve that problem? Have you been able to talk directly to him and tell him, say, hey, look, or Mr. President, this is what you're doing and it's wrong? Can you be able to stand up to your leader in that form instead of us continuing to praise our leader? This same thing happened in the past government. For example, in the Ellen Johnson Sirleaf government, there were people who stood by her, praising her when she's going wrong. And some of us, we continue to say it as we see it. And one of the worst thing that I can always see people telling us is, oh yeah, corruption is even in a family. We are not talking about family here. We are talking about leadership. We are talking about corruption in government, in public setting. The people are entrusted. When Samuel Kedo, I'm sorry, let me emphasize on it. When Samuel Kedo came into power, there were 3 good reasons he gave for overthrowing the Tower government: rampant corruption, misuse of public offices, and human rights abuses. That is, human rights abuses. Those were the 3 major things. And this same thing still go on today. And we are looking for change agents. Do we continue to praise those leaders in that? What are you guys doing that are closer to the leadership instead of them focusing on the money that's there? Let me take it and put it in my pocket and all this things. What are you guys doing to be able to put us in a position to work along with this the administration to make things better? Are we going to continue to praise them? But I want you to give me three good things, 3 best things that Liberian people that would be really appreciated.
Okay, thank you.
No
Can I
matter what are
answer
your
you?
opposition or that you will appreciate it. And
So
then,
I cannot forget
and
all
then
your
3
questions.
bad things. Okay, go ahead.
Can I answer you, Mr. Sia, now?
Go ahead.
Mr. Sia, can I answer him? Are you there, Mr. Anthony Sia? He said he is the host. I have to respect him, my brother. Let him give me the go ahead, and then I will
That's
respond
fine.
to you.
I don't have problem with it. I mean, I'm fine. I'm just okay. But I just want that those things. This is the reason why I was giving the analysis.
All right, brother.
People have always come there and point at the past government. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
He has to give me the go
I
ahead.
understand.
Thank you for your call.
Tell me to respond, then I can respond to you. That's what I'm asking. If whether he's there, I cannot just jump on and start talking, please.
Yeah, Judy, I'm here. I just wanted to give him more time to learn, and he's off now, so now he can go ahead and respond.
Okay, my brother, to respond to your question, thank you very much for your view. Like I said again, I will start from the last place you start. That what are we doing in government? Number 1, I'm not working in government. 2, I am a partisan of CDC. 3, and that's why I just stated as a Liberians, it takes every one of our collective to see the wrong thing and what can we do to solve this problem, because it don't just take one person as a leader. When this president came into power, he did not take the people that were there, he never went and sacked every one of them. He do government of inclusion. Why he do government inclusion? It also like in Europe or America. For example, you go work somewhere, you don't see the fire all those people and they bring new people, because you need people who already there were in the system that will be able to work with you so you can understand how they were doing things. It doesn't mean that you are not competent, but because it's a system that's set up and the way it was operating, It has to take a time for you to observe. And then through observing, when something is wrong, that make you qualify. You will try to work along with your colleagues to change those things around so it can be in the interest of the people that were the president appointed you. So the president left unity parties that were impacted. Some people say, why in government rather? They say, why the president never sacked everybody? If the president could do it, my brother, what you are having today, it was going to be worse. Because why? The people that runs the system, you go there and you don't want to know how it was going. You just come. There is no way you will just go and start something when you don't stay with your colleagues then that were there before to see how it was going before putting all your expertise in it. And three, you talk about, you said what the government has done good. What the good things the government do as you need. The good things the government have did that bring some release to, as I said, from the other stage. You saw 12-year money flow into the country. The least things that government should have done in the past government to connect those roads and things that would power the people going, bringing the market and things for them to sell. You saw nothing was done. The roads then were disconnected, even the rural area. She made the plan. Don't get me wrong. But as she working as the way George we are working? So right now, you can see this government, the little taxpayer money the government is earning, spending it back on the people, also paying civil. At the same time, the money they take from donors, they also were working with it to balance and to build. And building or how you call it, or economy, it don't happen within one day, in one time, brother. It takes all of the people who are responsible to be able to put the best ideas. And that's why they brought harmonization. Because those days, you heard it, which of course, I don't have the facts to it because me, I believe in facts. But according to them, people was paid 15,000 doing the same job. And what about 2 of you doing that identical job? Why the other men will pay 15,000 and you pay 200? So what the government did, the government do harmonization, was able to shuffle that money that was going and thing to balance. Today, people that were making $50 are not making $50 anymore. At least they're able to go home with $300 a month. People that were making $25, at least they're able to get in at $150. People that were making 15,000, I know it comes down to 7,000. For example, the one who are making 2,000, it go to 3,000. Now, one of the good things the government do, the road and thing. Marketplaces. You saw how many markets we own in Liberia. Those markets are not functioning. Money flow in the country, no maintenance, nothing. They did not save a budget to say they are places that the government get revenue from. The government came, Oro market, I came from District 10. Do you know how many years that market have been even Chubo Road? Is this president went there? We should have a representative who should be able to lobby with his colleagues to bring development in that identical district 10. But what he do? He stay on Facebook, he insult, instead of him working. The government went right there, fixed the road to the Chubo. It has road from the time I was not born till the time I'm born. I never saw a paved quota road. So how you expect me to come and say I'm sinking praise worship? The reason why many of you people say we must show what the wrong thing the government do. Maybe the wrong thing that you people expecting why the government did not sack all those people and bring a own group. It doesn't work that way. So if you put me in that box, I would say the government do the right thing. But now, when it comes to corruption, if anybody that the government found corrupt and they have sufficient evidence, I expect the government should be able to send that person through the justice system and scrutinize that person, all of them. If they find guilty, let them be able to seize everything of that person and turn around, either find them or sentence them to bear punishment to set example. And when you talk about Doe, you said Doe came and why it say Doe preached on 3 things. The 3 things that Doe preached on, do you see any change? Do you see star strippers? Do they extreme in the world that think that the people that in those positions will be able to work and to be able to change things? But what happened with times that we have those points to open the eyes of the least market people to be able to, for the money to stay in the country, so at least people can make use of it. It came with war. It came with war. And after Doe left, if you think Doe was the problem, then why you have the war still for 14 years? After 14 years, it still went on where you have Lord Rebel King. After Lord Rebel King, you see those people who went to the TRC. You and I don't know. You don't know. When I get to know about the TRC, I live right here in Holland. I say, if some of us new people could educate us, I will, yeah, when I participate, it's my right. I will going to go stand in the court to say, I'm not saying when I talk about your TRC for me, they person, they something to me, I need justice. But they blind you and myself eyes. They never put a TRC for these people who cause war in our country to be as a normal civilian and for a new breed of people to come on board. They went and they came back. They made you and myself, they convinced you and myself, our brothers, our sisters, voted these people and put them in power. And now you say, oh, you want this to happen. How can you vote somebody who caused wrong? They're already in power. Then you want the president to change things, and the person who caused the wrong are sitting down. And now the president gives the power to the person. It's a citizen, which is a senator, the representative. How do you expect that one person to somersault when now the president won't put it there? So then it takes you and myself again, my brother, to be able to work and educate ourselves. Our voice should be here. So when we go to the battle box, the only place we can exercise our right by voting these people who participate in war. So you work or they have a vision, who went to school, no, so you will have the opportunity. If you go up there, if your people find you necessary to be the one to serve, you will go and serve. But at least you not get blood on your head. So you'll be able. Corruption, it don't just start. It starts from every one of us. If once the citizen cannot stop bribing and doing something, definitely it will not stop, because sometimes you go to the ministry, like I just said at a stage, you go to the minister, maybe the minister not even expecting you to give him money. You go, you influence the man because you want to take shocker. When the man see the money where you gave him, when he look at his salary, the money more than his salary a month, you think that man will refuse the money? So you introducing into corruption. But how will you solve the problem when you don't have proof? So I hope you understand my point. And I'm not telling you, say everything is a gold and diamond in Liberia, but it been there, not only George Weah time.
Thank you, Julie. Again, folks in cyberspace, you are watching Focus on Liberia. This is the Hour of Politics Special, and we are having a living room type of conversation with Julie K. Rambo on Censor. All right, folks, let me do this quickly for you. All right, folks, well, we want to bring you this advertisement here at Focus on Liberia. The All Liberian Conference on Dual Citizenship says on December 28, 2020, vote yes for Proposition 1. Support your family members and friends to restore and retain their Liberian citizenship. On December 8th, 2020, vote yes on Proposition 1. This is an advertisement that came from the All Liberian Conference on Dual Citizenship. As many of you are aware, comes this December, there will be an election in Liberia. There are a couple of referenda that will be ongoing, and one of that is Proposition 1. And the All Liberian Conference on Dual Citizenship is encouraging all Liberians to vote on this Proposition 1, which will restore and retain the citizenship of all Liberians, especially those who have obtained other nationalities in other countries. You are watching Focus on Liberia. We are coming right back to you now. And here we are. So, folks, the phone numbers are still open. We have a caller on the line. We'll take this final caller. And then after, we will be coming to Julie for that tough question and her parting statement. So stay with us. Let's get this caller here. Uh, Caller, your name and where you joining us from. Caller, hello. Caller, hello there.
Hello?
Yeah, quickly to the issue. Your name
Yeah,
and
I'm
where you
James
joining
David
us
calling
from.
from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
All right, go straight into the
Harrisburg,
issue.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, quickly to the issue.
Yeah, my question to her here is the government using the COVID-19 to go after opposition? Because from the past, I see when government officials were in the CDC, when they come, they don't quarantine them. Example, the president's wife. But when opposition, they quarantine them and keep them in hotel or military hospital. Why is the government going after opposition? Are they using the COVID-19 to cover up or to hunt opposition? The example, what happened to Larry Topa? The medical doctor said that was a mistake. Is that how they kill people in Liberia by mistake?
Thank you. Thank you. Very good question. So, Julie, before you come in,
Yeah.
Julie, before you come in, Julie.
Anyway, thank you, brother, for that wonderful question. It's your view, but my the answer to you. You already said that the doctor say it's a mistake, which you wish yourself, you know, the great America or wherever country you are, doctor do make mistake. It doesn't mean it's the president's fault. It's the doctor responsibility, and he come up and say. And two, do you see any opposition is dying in the country? If you see opposition dying and those people that die, bring the pictures, bring all of the proof who killed them, you have a government. That's why you have the law. Then you be able to make sure for the law to take a course. But if you and I just come out because of your view and we want to insert the minds of our people and we know things that are going on is not true, it's not going to help us, my brother. Oppositions is your duty being opposition to point things what is wrong and also bring ideas and also be able to fix it if the government do not have an idea. They tell you say be opposition and just sit down and watch. Why is say if we do not do well and you having to come in power and meet up with what we are facing, what will you do? Because that shows that when we begin to criticize you, you will start to put the blame back to us. Say, oh, well, you are there, you cause it, you do this, you do that. Then we say, okay, you already there, face it. And in facing it, we start to give you the same pressure and not helping you to solve the problem where we ourselves facing. What will you say then? So oppositions, I will be glad to bring pictures and things then who they're running after you with proof and things then. And our voice will be there, the government, this one is wrong. You're not supposed to run beyond any citizen. The man entitled to his view. But further than that, I don't see any evidence. There is nobody I see as political prisoner. And I see anybody that the government not killed. They say that the government killed them. Every day all over the world, people die. And when you talk about the COVID-19, I live right here in Europe, okay? The COVID is everywhere they talk. The death rate in Holland is too high. The great America you are, the death rate is too high. But yet it's still, the government noticed that people, they try to put policy in place that are people, they don't want to buy the rules. They don't want to buy by the rule rather. They do things. And what they do, they look at you because if you play carelessness with your life, that you will be the victim, that you will die. So I don't see anything wrong that if something wrong and the doctor made mistake and tell Mr. Topa, sorry for pronouncing his name wrong because I don't really listen to his name very well, and bring him, all he has to do, go through the procedure. And if everything is okay, it's for his own health. Not on that political size it. But if the government has to do something wrong by taking your life, all definitely will be rare. The government will face the full charge of taking somebody on a son's life because that would be totally wrong. In a sense, I will not back anything what I know is wrong. Then I say, oh yeah, because I love the government, I support all the government, so the government will go and kill people. But show me who the people the government ever killed in opposition. What are the bodies? What are the proof? You don't have it. Eh?
All right.
You don't have it. So what you want me to say? I want to see proof. And then see whether I cannot hold my government feet to the fire. But I have no proof. You want me to listen to you, but you bring no proof to me. How you expect me to accept everything you want to say and there is no proof? So I hope I answer you right.
All right, thank you. Julie is asking for proof. I don't know whether Julie was showing proof to the Liberian people when the CDC were accusing Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of all the wrongs. I don't know whether Judy and the CDC were showing all the proof to the Liberian people at the time. I'm not saying anything is wrong with asking for proof, but if you're telling people to show you the proof, you might have been this one who was showing people the proof, the evidence of all the things that were said about the previous government. Focus on Liberia here. Anthony C., your host, and we are sitting down with Judy K. Rambo. Oh, Judy, we are about to wind down. This is the tough question. You have the opportunity to speak to your president directly. What is that one thing that Julie knows about that is wrong or that is bad or that is not okay that Julie want to use this opportunity to talk to her president about that she wants to see change now? It is time for Julie to play hardball by talking to President Weah. Julie, go for it.
Um, First of all, I want to say thank you for hosting me on this show and having a civil conversations with our Liberian people. And I want to say to all the callers who put in your question, asking me a lot of questions. How do I feel and what are the things that I'm doing? I want to say thanks very much, because the how it's supposed to be, we should be able to come up and speak up our mind so people can know that we really stand for this and we don't stand for this. So if I will have to tell my President George Weah, I know it's not an easy task, but I do hold people that in government officials that he appoints to be able to do a job. And if these people are not working, that bringing so many answers that would make him to be successful, he has to look and be a man, not man enough. It's wrong for me to say that. He has to be able to set that example by firing them and bringing the next person. It's the same way he went up around the world. He went through difficulty. He took advice. He was already on the bench most of the time. He was waiting for opportunity to be given to him. And when that opportunity was given to him, he did the best to his ability that make him today the son of Africa, the proud son of Africa, war best, all the best, because he did not joke. He worked hard for him to get a entitlement. So I expect this government, people that the president appoints, if they are not working in the interest of the people, I am not saying that they have to dance every tunes while we are the citizens talking, because we know that things move gradually to go into the right place. But if there are people in the place and they are not functioning and they are just taking taxpayer money, I say to my president, sack them. They have thousands of brilliant Liberians and seditious. CDC, if you look at all the parties, we are the largest Liberians in CDC if you look at the population. So you got so many brilliant on the ground that in CDC that went to school, that educated the same skill of that other man, that CDC, one of that person get that same skill. So you sack the person and put the other person there. Instead of you wasting time and being sympathetic, because now what we say, that how we make things up, we say sympathy. Probably you are not sympathetic, but personally you just want for the person to prove themselves beyond all that they able the job. But at times it needs to be fruitful, Mr. President. It needs to be fruitful because we need answer. The time of 6 years, you have done extremely well. I applaud you. I'm proud of you. But I will say to you, Mr. President, and I always say on my show, people who don't know me, they say, oh, the woman, she's singing rose, President. I don't sing rose, but what is true, let us say it. To run a government, although, like my brother Anthony said, oh, the citizens were bringing proofs to the. Yes, we protest, but my president work with the government. Who killed us? The past government came on our camp, killed some of our brothers and sisters. Do you see us go to court? It's people's life was taken. But who in this government that have ever been killed? Who one of the oppositions that have ever been killed? Like what happened to us? The opposition do not want to work with us, but we work with them. So what is wrong that they can't? Because they're afraid of themselves. So I say back to my president, this is a government. The Liberian people went for you. You doing extremely well. But Mr. President, if there people there, who you put there, they are not working. at least from the beginning when we came in power, you get many of them opportunity. You travel with them. The Liberian people, the opposition use it. Oh, he using the government money. Oh, he using. But for me, with my little knowledge, it's because these people, you try to carry them out to be able to what? Meet up with those business clients and things to sell their ideas that will win them to the country.
Thank
so
you.
they can be able to do the job, what they are there for.
Thank you,
So
Julie.
it was not bad that you did. But since now we are sitting down, I say to you, Mr. President, these are people are not functioning, take them from there. Yeah, we got plenty, breathing people in CDC all over the world. CDC in the diaspora, CDC in China, CDC in Japan, CDC in Liberia. They got too many breathing people. That would be my advice to you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
And the next thing I want to see them raping, Mr. President. And that go to the senator and the representative. And also to the police director. Because they're doing their job. When they find those cases, they bring it to the court. It goes to the lawyer. The time you take to sit down on a case, and what about the people that don't have money but their heart is bleeding? And those people are responsible for the raping case, cases, and things which the government has the channel. She is doing well. I'm not saying she's doing well, but I want to see them be more interactive, more than ever. Their raping case, I know, and not today it starts, but if we fight it and start to punish people, make sure we be flexible to work with the citizen will be brave to be bringing a lot of effort and not to lie on people, but at least will be investigated when that person is wrong. Let them serve the tenure in jail.
Thank you.
For me, I hate rape. I against rape. I get sad every time when I see thousands of cases, which of course it been existing for every time it traumatized me a lot, Mr. President. I really want to see the raping case to be minimized in Liberia. These are things I really want to see in my country, in your tenure. That's what I want to see, Mr. President.
Thank you.
For you people to be the people that are responsible to be very interactive to put stop to the raping case. I know it will not finish, but if you put more effort, at least the perpetrators that are up there, they will put fear in them. So that's what I want to say to my president.
Julie K. Rambo there, speaking to her president, President George Manuel Weah, saying that if the people President Weah appointed are not up to the task, he should ask them to take the exit door. I hope the president will listen to Julie, who supports him so much, and act upon Julie's recommendation. She's not hauling it. If you know that they are not doing the job, there's a door called the exit door. And she went on by saying that a lot of citizens around the world that are qualified in Europe, in America, they can occupy those positions and be able to help you. She also wants President Weah to do something about rape cases that are on the increase, and that the government should work with the citizens, especially families of the victims, so that they can feel comfortable enough to share the facts, the truth, so that those people can be able to face justice. Those are the two things that Judy K. Rambo is recommending to President Weah, and that she wants to see done. Judy, we want to say thank you so very much for honoring our invitation here at Focus on Liberia. All those who have listened to us, if you are an opposition or if you support the CPP or any opposition political party you are in, and there are things Julie said here that you disagree with completely, reach out to us here at Focus on Liberia. We will be more than glad to grant you an interview so that you can be able to respond. The easier way to reach out to Focus on Liberia, we have an email. It's focusonliberia@gmail.com. It can be that hard. Focusonliberia@gmail.com. If you send on that email, we will contact you immediately. You can also Facebook us. We will be able to get to you. Another phone number you can call is 651-399-1614. That is my personal number, and we can grant you the opportunity to speak on your disagreement that you may have with Judith Rambo. All right, Judy, I will read few last comments and I'll ask for your closing comments. Your sister here, Roslyn, who had here, I think about 2 or 3 times, she write, we don't focus on bad things, but positive things. You guys look for the bad things. She's making the case there. Welle Blay, name 3 things that the government is doing. I think she answered that. The man Ben Savin is watching. The only comment I got from Ben is wow. I think Ben might be enjoying the performance of our sister Julie K. Rambo. Julie is discussing the issue here. Kamara Ali, this woman was not born during President Weah. I guess if she had the opportunity, she would have been like you now. All right, Trocon Smith, right, Miss Julie, why your president has deliberately refused to investigate the Ellen government. You sedition blame the CDC. You sedition blame the CDC. We are led government has failed. I mean, had led government failures. I don't know what question he's asking. Sorry, I can't get it clear there, but I think I read something from you. Let me read this one. The man, Nate Tony Man, my man from Sastan, my Sastan brother, is following me here, trying to give me support. Uh, Sister Constant G. Swen Duopo, why are you Liberian so key on people education? She is contributing to her country. I agree with you. This thing about Liberian education, putting other people down because you feel that they're not educated. I don't know what is your understanding of education. The woman is educated. She communicated here. Some of you might not even be able to come here to do what she's doing, and you're putting her down. We shouldn't be like that. Anthony, today your guest is giving answer. He said, Anthony, I'm actually answering. Today your guest is giving it to you. Julie, you see that? Steve is saying you're giving it to me. I like people who give it to me, and that's why we bring people here so that they can give it to us, and we want them to give us the issues and not anything else. Washington Boca, another Sastan man watching me. All these Sastan guys are watching me because I'm from Sastan. We have Christopher Tubasi, brilliant on our road. Julie K. Rambo. Can you imagine how I met Christopher Tubasi because we had, what's his name? Christmas Salad the other time. So he said, why we had to bring Christmas Salad on our platform and he's not going to watch our show. I'm glad that he's here because his sister Julie Rambo is here. Christopher, we are all Liberians. Focus on Liberia. Think about our name. Focus on Liberia. Once you are a Liberian, we don't care how you feel or where you stand on the issue. We'll talk to you, my brother. We're not part of the politics. We are for all Liberians. That's why we say, yeah, we educate, we elevate, we promote all things Liberia. Few comments there, Julie. This one you don't have to comment on it. Before Julie can make her parting statement, folks, let me show you this. Yeah, I focus on Liberia. We have a new show that is coming here to focus on Liberia. That show is called Chemistry and Society. The host of this show or the presenter will be Dr. Saki Golafale, who has a PhD in chemistry, a young Liberian, very brilliant. He will be explaining to us about chemistry. Sometimes we see chemistry in a whole different way, but he is telling us chemistry, you live chemistry every day. When you are making your palm wine, when you are making your juice, when you are making your punch, you are applying chemistry. Even those of us who from the southeast, when you are making your palm butter, you put this and all that in. Chemistry is taking place. So this brother is here to break chemistry down so that we can understand how chemistry works in our ordinary life. Don't miss it. It comes on every Tuesday here at Focus on Liberia. And the program again is Chemistry and Society. The host or the presenter will be Dr. Saki Golafale. The debut is tomorrow. The topic, chemistry in everyday life. You do not want to miss it. Live here at Focus on Liberia at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Tomorrow, July the 14th. Please do not miss this. It will be here. And then one more announcement or advertisement here. Those of you who follow us here at Focus on Liberia, if you like what we do, we have a Focus on Liberia t-shirt. As you shall see, I'm putting it on the screen. There's a website below the t-shirts. You can go there and buy your Focus on Liberia t-shirt. And then you can be able to support us in that way. You're not giving money to us. All we want you to do, wear our t-shirt. Order it for yourself on the website. No money comes to us. That quality t-shirt comes to you. You wear it. We feel proud that you love what we are doing. If you do that for us, we will highly appreciate it here at Focus on Liberia. Final advertisement here, and then we will be bringing Julie in. Again, the final advertisement here is come October, not October, but December. There will be a by-election, not by-election, yeah, there will be elections in Liberia, and there will be a referendum. The All Liberian Diaspora Conference is asking you to vote yes on Proposition 1. Proposition 1 will restore and retain the citizenship of Liberians who obtain other citizenship in other countries, like my sister Judy K. Rambo. I don't know if she got citizenship over there. For me, I don't have my thing. I am an American citizen, but I feel I'm a Liberian. I support this particular referendum because it will allow me to regain my Liberian citizenship, and something that is important to me. But this is not from me, it's from the All Liberian Diaspora Conference. His Eminent Dr. Emmanuel S. Wetty provide leadership at this group, and he sent this advertisement to us, and we thought to share it with everybody. All right, folks, we are coming now to close the program. We are back with our guest, Julie K. Rambo, our sister who joined us from all the way Holland. Let's hope that someday we will be in Holland and we will bring our microphone to you one-on-one. Okay, Julie, we are at the end of the program.
Yeah, Mr. Anthony C.
Is there
I want to say
anything?
thank you again.
Hold on, Julie.
Before I give my parting comment to
Yeah,
say
Julie,
to all
hold on. I wanted to say,
people,
is there anything that has been on your heart so heavy that we didn't ask you that you wish to share? And then if you do that, if there is, and then you can come with your closing statement. You can go ahead, Julie.
Yeah, first of all, I want to say I heard my sister reading a comment, what we Liberians have the attitude of always trying to bully people. Mm-hmm. But if many people follow my video, I always say it because if I don't tell you who I am, you don't know it. But one good thing I know, I'm well educated. I may not be educated to sit in the classroom, like the study you went through to read and write, mm-hmm. but I'm educated in so many ways that make you to follow my show.
I agree.
I bring a lot of knowledge mm-hmm. that impacts you to wherever you find yourself. That is education. And the good thing again, that you see, we talk about referendum concerning dual citizenship. For 1847 to these days, you never have it. People go to Liberia, they leave, they change their nationality. But today, under this administration, from the time my president became a president, he stood that no Liberians will be a spectator in his country. Meaning that he even talked that he was going to make sure that we have dual citizenship. To tell you that he's doing a great job, referendum, we all will go. And because of those reasons, I did not seek asylum in America or Europe where I found myself. I refuse to take a nationality. And the reason is because I'm proud to be a Liberian. I don't blame people who take different countries because the situation that they find themselves make them. When I gave birth to my daughter here, I needed a Liberian passport for her and also a Dutch passport. They told me my country don't allow it. Since they educate me on that, I refuse. I said I will not get it till the day my government ready to go for referendum where Liberian citizens will have the right to hold two nationalities. I have the opportunity here in Europe to take a Dutch passport, but I need my country to have a dual citizenship. So you and I can be able to do what we cannot do. We can be able to do it in our country to help our people. All of the best things that you know, don't wait for that time. Let us go back to start helping our people to do most of those things. And there are a lot of things in my life that bother me. I wish I don't want to say it. Like I told you, behind the saying concerning Yeke Koruba. And I said, it takes 100 years, I will go to court with Yeke Koruba. I'm not going to explain because it always gives me headache. My parents, my sister called me from America. She has talked to me about it to let it go. I have prayed about it. I have calmed down. People have talked. But for every time I see him, when I see him on the TV trying to insult the minds of people, I get those flashbacks, which it hurts me. So I know one day I will be able to say it that where I want to see Yeke Koruba is not now. Where I want to see Yeke Koruba maybe on Foko, Liberia. Let Yeke Koruba all and begin to tell him what he did to me. Some people think say, oh, it's during the war. It was never the war. It was all because of money. Things I did not know for. I own a business. I run the business. I have a lot of clients come up, reach up to me. And that's how it happened. I'm not going to go into it right now. So to we Liberians, I want to encourage us. Let us be able to find a common ground. Let us forget about the bitterness and hatred. As you in Europe or America, what can we do? We have concerned Liberians, and I dream that we can be like 1 million people, where every day we can put $1 and be able to go with development projects in our country. You cannot wait for the government to do all. Look at you there. Sometimes you're spending money on people which you don't know. Sometimes you even spend that $360, you spend it twice time. So if we come together as a Liberian and respect each other and all of the best skills you have, you will be able to impart it in your people there. And then you will have a beautiful country and citizen, which of course we will respect ourselves, will be proud to the world. But if we cannot come together, if we cannot see all of those wrong, and every time we're looking for people to blame, we will not go anywhere. When I mean we're not going anywhere, your mindset will not change. But it means to say the country will not develop. The country will develop, but your mindset will not change. You will always have the negative attitude and behavior in you. And these are the things we are all praying for us to be able to see the clear picture and let us start making progress into it. Like I said to my president, I love you. I love the vice president. I like my party. And I want to say thanks to Moroba K. Moro as the chairman. You're doing extremely well. Like what's the other caller? I heard him saying, but why the government did not order Helen. Ordering Helen is easier to do, but you need a lot of proof. You need a lot of documents that what she submit to you. And in those documents, if you don't find anything in there for you to be able to call her to give you answer, how will you order her? Before ordering her, you have to get sufficient proof to be able to answer. Because if not, if you call her for something which, of course, you do not have proof, she can sue the government. And it costs a lot of money. Do you know how long the case is going to take before you will move on that case to start doing tangible things for your country? So I understand the oppositions is distraction. They try to say it because when the president came into power, they just felt when they say, Eddie, then the president will run and start to order. You can order as much time as longer you wait for, you can still order somebody. But right now, we need to see Liberian growing up. We need to see our people, our children, our brothers and sisters to have a better life. The rape case, it needs to stop. It needs to stop. It's something that bothers me a lot. It really, and I'm saying it, if my president is on the show, it really bothers me so much, Mr. President Weah. This is one of my next men that I live with every day. And the only way I will be certified till I see people who doing those things to come to justice and face the consequence of rape. So that will be my last word I want to say. And I want to say thanks to every one of you who came up here to your view, who condemn me, whatever it is okay.
Julie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want you to close with these two. Chairman Mama Molu said a lot of things that leaked the other day, and he called it liquor talk. And then the vice president, who you respect and love a whole lot, had an interview with Front Page sometime back that she's not being treated fairly by the government. Please close on those two.
About the tip about Chairman Moru. I did not hear you clear.
Yeah, the Mamba Molu tip.
And the vice president, what happened?
And the vice president said that she's not being treated fairly.
What I would have to say to the audience, to you, Mr. CEO, there is no way that somebody will convince me that model by model just jump up and just make a videotape, call people to talk about the president in that manner. I show something should happen because we all gossip. I have witnessed where I sit with some of us. We joke, we even make joke, we even laugh, we even tease people. And I think that the person that does that, I sure they already know the person. I think it was a way where they went there thinking they're all trusting each other, making fun, laughing at something, and this person went and recall him and used it, thinking say it could break it down. But I want to say thanks to my president, George Weah. He's a man who sees far, and he get to know that when something want to happen, somebody want to destroy you, to come in so many ways. So I understood so many people was running. They want to see the most spare model by K model. Sparing is not a solution. But what's going to happen next? Eh? So that shows in a way that if you look at person because they say if you have more issue to deal with, or because somebody says something with all proof, when you say, oh, you have freedom of speech, probably it was his way of exercising his freedom. I'm not saying he do it intentionally, but hey, the person who make that video be brave enough to come on and say, yes, Mr. Moruba K. Molu, these are things we said on, and then we didn't force you, you call up, and then you begin to tell us to make a video. But other than that, I like what my president did. We are not here for rocket scientists or wherever it is. They have laid to rest. And to the vice president, she responds, she have the right to speak of the way things was not going good with her. But tell God, thank you, I have met her in person, and which, of course, she followed me a lot. I respect her. Women can make a great changes. The vice president, no matter what it is, that was something wrong, you can fix it. It's to say she have never been in power. If she was never senator, or she was never first lady, her witnessed a lot of things that happened before even President Weah exists. I'm not saying that she has no right. She has the right. It's her feeling to express it up. But when you have witnessed a lot of things that cause a lot of damage, and you sit down to draw back and see what can I do to solve this thing so it cannot be repeated the way I saw many things that have been happening. So I like the way my vice president, Joa Howard Taylor, although people was trying to traumatize her in a sense, they say a lot of things. A lot of time she was looking for where she want to see who will come in her defense, not to back her, but to give her that support that can make her see clearly. And tell God, thank you for social media. Many people speak to it. She watched the social media and she listened to all the powerful voices. She was able to go in her closet and put things under control. And look at her. She is doing extremely well. The president is doing extremely well, the both of them. That's how it's supposed to be. So I understand the opposition will always try, but now they couldn't hold of her anymore the way they were ringing the song. They are loose. And they will always be the loser. After I've constated my president time finished. When you go to the ballot box, when you know my president never do anything good, go to the ballot box. But for now, give him the opportunity to serve his time. That's all I want to say.
Madam Julie K. Rambo, we want to say thank you for honoring our invitation. We, the Focus on Liberia family, will not hesitate to reach out to you if we need you again to share your thoughts on the things that are happening in our country, Liberia. Thank you, and we hope you have a restful night tonight.
And it would be nice most of the time of women because I think it's the best way to have most of the 18s, 19 to bring them to be able to discuss the issue. It can also heal the wound in our country. And women comes together being respectful on Focus Liberia. Yeah. What are the ill and what are the things we can do to be able to work towards is to change it. We'll be looking up to those challenges where I can be invited to see a lot of women, not to be disrespectful. Like I told you behind the scene, I don't wear my teeth. Those people that came when Sis Roslyn were there, The other girl was very disrespectful. I didn't like the ideas. And so for that matter, I never used to like your show. I said it to you people. It's who I am. The way I see things, the way I talk it. Till we realize to respect each other and see how we can discuss the issue and see how we can find solution. And that's why I want to see every one of us, including me. I'm not perfect. I have my bad side. I have my ugly side. But it's never too late to learn, because you will always have to learn from somebody who is wiser more than you for you to reach to whatever goals that you're intending to do. So I look up to every Liberian's women for us to come together to be able to solve problems in our country by sharing our ideas and finding solutions. I want to say thanks to you, Mr. Anthony, and also to Mr. Dennis for reaching up to me. God bless you, people. You did a great job, and you are continuing to do a streaming job for we the Liberian people, bringing people on the platform so we can be able to express our voice, our ideas. I want to say thank you for hosting me. God bless you and your family. Goodbye and good night.
Thank you, Judy, and good night. Folks, this is how we come to the end of this broadcast. I have something to leave with you, those listening to me. It is just a song that says we are all Liberians, and Liberia is our home. Just listen to that song for 1 minute and enjoy yourself a very good night tonight. Bye-bye.
We are Liberians. Liberia is our home. Liberian people. Liberia.